go for attack level 3 just to see. I don't remember if he has a death. I know Emeralda has the Death Blower 2, but I can't remember if Citan still has the Death Blower 3 on. You know what? Just Impact Gun. Yeah. No, he doesn't have the Death Blower 3. Okay. Well, damn you. Yes, Stream Elements. Did I shut down or something? Jump. Oh, missed. Oh, I forgot he does this. This is why you have Emeralda. He still does a lot of damage to Billy, though. Oh, Billy. Oh, Billy. Oh, I removed the healing on him. Ah! Jesse Blaster. $3,000, not bad. And he's dead. So that's 2 down. That is indeed 2 down. I wonder if Citan, Billy, and Emeralda could go for another round. You see, Fuelie doesn't do that much damage. It's just he sucks your fuel. We need at least more of that. Benrir needs some love, and so does Crescents. Crescents has Death Blower 2. Okay, Fenrir did not. It has nothing. But Fuelie, there's no need for Death Blowers against Fuelie. He doesn't really do that much damage. He just absorbs your fuel. Out of this party, who would be the best one to go? Because, well, no, Billy is the best one to deal with Fuely. Because he can just pew-pew. He can hit with square. And it does a lot of damage. YOLO, I'm going for it. This is a bad idea, but I'm going for it. Fuck. Was Fuely was the yellow one, right? I'm sure it was, but... I already dealt with Metatron, and he's the toughest one. Metatron's a gray one. I already dealt with the pink and gray one. Harloot is the timey-wimey one. Yeah, Harloot is the time one. Harloot is the blue one. So to go against Marloot, I need the yellow one. Okay. Marloot is yellow. I think it's still a good idea for Faye, Bart, and Maria to go against Timey-Wimey. To go against Timey. Because, they can, Timey does the least amount of damage. And... Oh, wait, hold on. Let me rethink that. Fuely also does little damage, but the big problem with Fuely is he steals your fuel. You know what? I'm going to have Sight and Billy and Emeralda go against Fuely. And then I'll see how they are after the fight. And then I might switch it out, like switch one of them out for, like, Rico or something. Who's fully healed, by the way. Because Timey is not an issue. So yeah, we want you. You're Fuely. So, no boosting because he steals fuel and we don't need fuel stolen as much as it already is. Like, he's already going to steal my fuel. $900 damage, that's nothing. Yeah, the fuel drain is a problem, but our health is not a problem. Because we are doing a significant amount of damage to him. Yeah, this team won't be able to go up against Timey. No way. They'd be out of fuel. I should have had one of us equip the fuel charge, so at least we could still attack. Oh shit, he's going for his big hit. All of us are in infinite mode. We've gone into hyper mode. Ooh, you blocked. Charge, because I have to. Oh shit, he's using it again? Oh, she needs to charge as well. She's out. Holy fuck, what? He didn't use it this much last time. Okay. Woo! Thank God. Woo! Okay. That was close. Yeah, this team is... They're done. They're done. Timeout. They are done, diddly dunzo. Yeah, alright. Yeah, you guys, time for you to retire. Good job. Okay, let's bring in the main team, shall we? They're untouched, unhurt. I know Rico and Bluefy are still okay. I'm trying to rethink this now. Because I could take Faye out. What if we take Faye and Maria out temporarily? Like, we don't put them in for this one. And just do Rico, Bart, and Bluefy. All three are fully healed. Sure, this is going to make it so that Bart is not 100% for the final fight. Yeah, this will literally make it so that Faye and Maria are at 100%. Unless I keep Bart out and put someone else in. Billy, how are you doing? Everyone in that fight was... No, Billy is too hurt. There's no way. Everyone in that fight was just... Oof. He's got like 10 fuel. 10 fuel, 1,000 health. I mean, Bluefy can heal that. No. No. That's not worth it. But if I put in Faye, Bart, and Maria, they should at least be able to go in and do some damage. You know what? I'm going for it. Emeralda, how are you doing? Oops, nope. 30 fuel, 1,151. You can attack immediately, but... No. Honestly, it's just tiny. What exactly does tiny do? Like, when I first... When I went up against the boss, like, straight up, he didn't use the time ability at all. But if Timey is the only one he's got, he probably will use it a lot. One and two and try boss? I mean, that would put him down to, like, half health. But if you kill all four, he has the lowest amount of health. He has, like, 75,000 health if you kill all four. Because right now, Faye, Bart, and Maria, Rico, and Bluefy are all 100%. So I could kill his final orb. Easy. It's just like what kind of condition I'm going to be in after that fight. He can't heal. He can't absorb my fuel. And his big, huge attack is gone. The only thing he's going to be able to do is freeze two of us, and then one of us will go at him. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I should have taken down Timey. Because if he freezes, like, if he freezes Faye, or freezes everyone but Faye, that's fine. I can deal with that. But if he freezes, like, someone else, And let's say Faye is at 9,000 health, and then he uses his supernova attack, Faye's gone. Oh boy, this is... I've never had a decision like this before. This is tough. He's either going to have 52... Wait, am I reading that right? Hold on. Oh, I was reading that wrong. Hold the phone. I read the whole thing wrong. So he's either going to have 75,000. He has 75,000 on fully healed? I thought he had 75,000 when he was hurt, and it was like 400,000. No, I read this wrong. He has 75,000 max. 52,000 if he's half health, and 40,000 if all orbs are gone. Not mistaken, 40,000 is doable. I mean, if Faye attacks 3 times, that's half his health right there. And then if Maria can get in, that's also half his health. But that's 40,000. Okay, you know what? YOLO. Most likely he has 52,000. Yeah, he most likely has 52,000. YOLO, let's go. Let's crush him. That's all time he gives him, is defense down? Okay, cool. He's got that. Armor lost 20%. That's fine. I can fix that. Like, Faye can fix that if I really need to. Okay, Faye is ready to go. Cosmic Crusher. Okay, ouch, but that's fine. Fence down. Okay, Faye is still fine. Faye is still fine. Ah, Maria. There we go. That a girl. Okay, there goes the angels. He's only attacked Faye thus far. I gotta heal Faye now, otherwise he's gonna... Oh no, he's still fine. I might as well heal him. Yeah, I'm gonna have to heal him. He comboed with Cosmic Crusher. Okay. You heal yourself. Maria, you get in there. Did I get him? Oh my god! Holy shit! I thought that was gonna go much longer. Holy! I thought I was still like... I thought I still had needed Maria to go through like another attack, and then I needed Bart to go through. Oh, I love this. I love this. Oh, give me that long explosion. That's what I want. Rebel in it. Now this is an RPG. No? No second form? What happened? My gear won't budge anymore. The Zohar modifier has ceased functioning. That is probably the reason why our gears cannot move anymore. There is only a slight energy response coming from the core now. What about Ellie? What's happening to her inside of that thing? The Deuce systems bind on her should have worn off now. So why aren't we getting any kind of response? You don't think we hurt her in that battle too? Faye, calm down. The sensors are picking up a response from a life form within Deuce. It is probably Ellie. So do not worry. I believe she is okay. Ellie! Can you hear me? Ellie! Deuce is no longer active. It's all over now. So come out of there. Show me your face, Ellie. Ellie! What the? What's happening? Doc, what's going on? What's wrong? I am now detecting a tremendous amount of energy coming from within Deuce. It seems as if something that was sealed up till now has suddenly been freed and is growing enormously. It couldn't be. The wave existence? The wave existence? That's gotta be it. The wave existence was just freed from its cage of fleshy existence in Zohar. It's probably attempting to return to the higher dimension that it originally came from. Which means this is the after effect of the dimensional shift. What do you mean, after effect? It is like a shock wave that is induced by the dimensional displacement. But, so much energy. If this much energy is unleashed here, now... If so much energy is unleashed, then what will happen, Doc? Tell us! Then this planet will be annihilated. These numbers indicate that it has more than enough energy to take out a whole planet. What you mean? You bitch, what you talking about? You can't be serious. We all fought so hard, only to see this happen? Isn't there anything we could do? Can't we stop the after effect? What you need is holy... Oh, wrong game. Unfortunately, there is nothing we can do. Almost all machinery, including our gears, are out of commission due to Zohar having been shut down. This time, there is nothing we can do. To put it to you straight, this is the end for us. This is freaking stupid. How the hell could it all end like this? What were we all fighting for up to now? The vibrations are intensifying. Hold on a sec. No, these vibrations are different. It has to be something else causing it. Look! Deuce is rising? What is it this time? Deuce is releasing its remaining energy and beginning to accelerate. If it continues to accelerate at this rate, it will soon leave the atmosphere. You don't think... Think what? That it's Ellie. Ellie is moving Deuce. Are you sure? I'm sure of it. Ellie is trying to save us by moving Deuce away from our planet. She's going to sacrifice herself. That can't be. I mean, wait. She fucking did this in the past. That totally can be. Can't we do anything? We can't just sit here and watch this happen, can we? Wait. There is still something I can do. What is it, Faye? My gear still works. Without Zohar, the power source for your gears, the only gear that now remains active, is mine. Just like Deuce, my gear and I made contact with Zohar. We are the only ones who can move now. I'm going to save Ellie. That is absurd. Even if you were able to catch up to Deuce, you would not have enough energy to make it back. Even so, I still must go. Ellie's taking the whole burden upon herself. If anything happens to her, I want to be there with her. Hey, just wait a minute. You know I'm not going to stand by and let you commit double suicide, if that's what you're planning. Bart, you better come back alive, you hear? Promise me. Promise me that you'll come back. Then I'll let you go. Thanks, Bart. I promise. I promise you that I will return. With Ellie. You better. Yeah, of course. Alright, then get going. But... let's let him go, Satan. At this point, Faye's the only one that'll be able to bring Ellie back. There's nothing we can say or do about it. You alright? Faye, keep your promise. No matter what. Faye and Ellie, both of you, come back home. We'll be waiting for you two. I appreciate this, Bart, and the rest of you. Well, I better get going now. But don't worry, I'll be back soon. I guess this will be the last journey you and I make together. I'm counting on you, partner. Whee! Ellie! We just get sucked into a wormhole? Where am I? That's Ellie. This must mean that I'm inside of Deuce. And naked? Not exactly. Your actual body is but a physical object. It has been merely absorbed into Deuce's outer shell. Only your consciousness is here. Of course, the girl you perceive in front of you is also not a true being. Your consciousness is merely creating her image. Eh? The way of existence. No, that's not you. Who are you? It can't be. Is that you, Krellian? That's right, isn't it? Krellian, it was you who did this to Ellie. The path of Sephiroth has been connected. No one can stop God from returning to his world now. So, what have you come here for, Lacan? I came here to take the person I love back with me, so set Ellie free. The Deuce system has been destroyed. It's all over now. So instead, I ask you, what are you hoping to achieve now? The time when all things started. The place where all things were one. I'm going to return there. What place? Before the beginning of the universe, in the undulating waves of the higher dimension, all things were one. It was the waves spilling out from there that created this four-dimensional universe of ours. Humankind and the souls of humankind that were born from there are merely leftovers of those spilled waves. So, you're going back there? Is that what you desired? Lacan, why such reluctance to become one with the god? What attachment could you possibly have to this wretched old world? What meaning can be found in living out such a short existence? Hurting others, hurting yourself, grinding one another down, only to inevitably die and return to dust. Why, everything we could ever desire is here. No need to be troubled by the need for love, for this place is filled with the love of God. Yeah, except you'll be bored as hell. And you won't have any appreciation for life. Like, none at all. I have not lost hope in humans as much as you have, Krellian. Someday, humankind will come to understand one another. I sincerely believe that. How can you be so sure? Humans will never come to understand each other. Now you're making some sense. You said that she is the person you love. But can you say that you even truly understand each other? All humans do is place themselves at a comfortable distance from each other and call that mutual understanding, spiritual unity, or true love. But it is all lies. Man cannot associate with others without first deceiving themselves. That is the way they were created. But one being's ego can't determine everyone's fate. People have the right to choose their own destiny. That is why humans have free will. And what if that will itself was predetermined? What then? Oh, what folly. Humans are just primitive life forms that have no such thing as free will. Mankind has merely been allowed to live in an imperfect state, as is, as will be. It is for this very reason, because humans have this wretched will, or whatnot, that humans must experience sadness and loss. For someone to gain something means another must lose it. It is impossible to make humankind share limited things and affections. So I came to the conclusions that everything must be reverted back to where it all began. To go back to where all was one. Waves and nothing else. It is not my human's ego. It is the will of the waves. The will of God. Well, that's alright too. We don't have to be perfect. Actually, being imperfect makes mankind live by helping each other. That's what being human is. That's mutual understanding. That's unity and love. I'm glad. No, I'm proud to be human. Ellie placed the future, tomorrow, in our hands, based on our choice, and she is working to keep Deuce far from our planet. She is also trying to heal your heart. You, who wants to journey all alone to be with God. Can't you understand Ellie's feelings? Do you have to become one with God before you're able to comprehend all of this? I understand. I know her feelings, as if they were my own. Yes, she and I are one. We don't need God's help. Well then, prove it to me. Show me this power of humans. Show me this love that you can make you independent of God. Oh, hi, Miang. Oh. Oh, we got one more fight to go. Oh, okay. At least he's fully healed. That was nothing. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of that immediately because you do little damage, so let's just get rid of that defense down. Boom! Flat! Oh, now you're doing more damage. Look at you go! Good for you! I just love that kick flattens her. Have another! I missed. Defense down. Let's get rid of that, because I'm at, like, armor loss 40%. So let's just fix that. Yeah. And then we'll kick ya. Punch, 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 punch. Flat! Are you done? You done? Do you want some more? That was much easier than the other boss. Ellie. Very hard battle, yes. Hardest battle in the game. Faye. It was Krellian. Krellian released me. Krellian? Yes, I came to understand after becoming one with Krellian. His heart was so full of sadness. That is why he desired for he and I to become one with God. Because that would be the return to the beginning of everything. He told me, you should be with him. That is what he said. See, he already knew. Yes, he already knew how I felt, how you felt. But there was nothing we or he could do. He had no choice but to go forward. Even if it meant he lost all feelings, lost everything that was human. For all humankind's sake, there was no going back. Even looking back held too many memories. He would have just wanted to go back, even though he couldn't. So please forgive him. Krellian loved people more than anyone else. I somehow knew it all along. I just knew he was really that kind of person. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I was wrong. I thought sacrificing myself in order to save others was the right thing to do. But my actions only brought sadness to all the people who I left behind. And that sadness gave birth to even more sadness. As long as I still live within you, my life is not just mine alone. Ellie, that isn't wrong. To sacrifice yourself for others is a noble thing. Even if it were to benefit yourself, it's no problem. There will always be a person healed, one or the other. Love gains its original shine only when there's an interrelationship between the giver and the receiver. It is incomplete when one or the other is missing. The two are one. It was you, Ellie, who taught me that. I believe that is what it means to be human. I can now understand the true importance of it. I don't know if it's the right answer or not, but we have a lot of time to think about it. What Krellian himself was looking for all along, we will find the answer to it all ourselves. Thank you, Faye. Ellie.
Let's return to our planet.
We have to go. Our people need us.
That light. It's the point of contact with our world. But the dimensional shift has already begun. Will we make it in time?
Can you run?
If we're together, I can.
I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at, like, the sensor light. I'm sorry, they no teleport now?
Krillian, you.
There's no time. This place is about to be destroyed. Now there is no more God. This is no longer their planet. This is your home planet that you are now standing on.
Krillian, you aren't going, are you?
No. Since that time, I have stopped being human. I've committed so many sins that any attempt at living like a human is impossible. The only one who could have forgiven me was God.
That's not true. I know they would understand. There's still plenty of time to atone for your sins. You, of all people, could do it.
Always the peacemaker, eh, Lacan? Perhaps that's what it means to be human. But regardless, I cannot go. It's something I've already decided. I go to walk with God, even if there's no place left for me upon my return. I must go now.
Krillian.
The lip syncing is impeccable.
Actually, I envy you two.
Of course, somebody has to get angel wings at some point. Yeah, the Japanese dub would work better because it's designed for the Japanese, so they just didn't fix the lip syncing. That's okay. It gets better in the next game or the next games. I'm just surprised that this game got like the ooh, hi people.
Faye! What happened?
Waves from the explosion disrupted the ionosphere, making it impossible
Who
to...
the fuck is this guy?
They were probably caught up in the explosion.
That's a lie! He'll come back. He promised us he would. I know it.
Follow Chew. Chew knows.
Run through the cold of the night as passion burns in your
Oh, cinematic ending. Nice.
ready to
Oh, that's great.
a knife held close by your side.
I bet you anything that
Alone in the
this particular part of the video, if I try to put this up on YouTube, will be silenced. I bet you it is.
shadow on the face of the moon.
So don't mind if I turn down that music for a bit. Just in case. I'm still listening to it. But I turned it off. That was great. That was great. I love that. Okay, so many thoughts. Many thoughts. So for starters, the one thing that's in my head right now is I'm pretty happy with the fact that, like, I myself nailed what kind of voice that Citan would have. Like, it wasn't one-to-one, naturally, but whenever I was like reading Citan's dialogue, I always gave him that, like, slightly, English accent. And that's what he had. It worked. It worked with his speech, and that is exactly what it had. So that was cool. Now, as far as the game as a whole, because this is my first time beating the game completely. Disc 1 is amazing. I love Disc 1. The story of Disc 2 is also really good. Disc 2 as a whole sucks. Now, I understand that, like, they were probably rushing at the end. And I also feel like they had so much, I had fun, but I prefer Disc 1 completely over Disc 2. And on top of that, if they were to remake it, I feel like that part of the game could be 100% better. Again, it's good, but it can be 100% better. There is so much that they can do with it. Because my main issue with Disc 2 is, yes, there are points in it where you can, level yourself up and actually, gain some levels or grind for death blows or whatever. But for the most part, it was just like, no, you have to be at this level for the rest of this game. Otherwise, you're going to lose. And you have to go back, like, travel way back, hours back, in order to get those levels again. That's my problem with it. Instead of gradually inching you, it was just like, nope, sorry. As far as the game as a whole, though, it is up there. If I, was sitting down and was just like, which of the Xeno games do I want to replay? Xenogears would be up high on that list. For sure. That final battle... Let me talk about that final battle for a second, because I love it. I love that final battle. Even though, it sounded like yesterday I was getting upset with the dungeon itself. My main problem with the dungeon was it didn't hype me up enough, to be like, hey, this is the final battle. Let's go. We're saving the world. So, and maybe that was the point, because it was like, this isn't the moment to be hyped up. This is the moment to be like, hey, the world's at stake. Our characters are fighting for their lives. We can at least make you uncomfortable, or not uncomfortable, but having a problem, having difficulties. But that final battle, I really like it. Because as we've seen, every boss fight in this game has been a puzzle where you had to figure out a weakness there. Oh, what do we got? Hold on. I'm going to turn up the music again just in case. The music is still playing, but I don't know. We got a cutscene. Credits are over. Okay, cool. Just one final anime cutscene they wanted to add. Xenogears Episode 5, the end? What do you mean, Episode 5? The episodes thing? Like, isn't that they put, like, this one... They were technically considered this one game as, like, 5 episodes? They they actually really do like this, because after this, of course, they did the Xenosaga. So, Xenosaga, they actually call it Xenosaga Episode 1. And then the second game is Xenosaga Episode 2. But no, it confused me that this was called Episode 5, because I heard a rumor that Xenogears was supposed to be a trilogy at some point. Like, they were going to make 3 games. So the fact that this is like Xenogears Episode 5, it's just like, where's the 5 come from? It's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, then Xenosaga Episode 1, 2, and 3. No, wait, they were going to make 6 games. I forgot. They were supposed to make 6 games. And then Xenosaga was supposed to be 6 games. Episode 5 is the game events. 4, The War of Shavat. 3, Zeboim. 2, Genesis. And 1, Galactic Federation. And the episode 6 that nobody knows what it is. Yeah, I did hear that, like, they were supposed to put it into 6 games. And it was supposed to be like, so they were going to do episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And release it as separate games. But I guess they combined it into one. Makes sense why Disc 2 is so compact. They had to get through a lot. But that's what I'm really disappointed in, is that they had to do that. Because there was a lot of dungeons there that I was just like, oh, that would have been cool to explore. That would have been cool to see. Oh, wow, there was a mechanic in this dungeon that I really would have liked to go up against. Because there was one time when they entered the dungeon and they were saying that they were facing enemies that were infected with the nanomachines. So every time they cut them down, they would get back up. Okay, that sounds like a cool mechanic in a dungeon. Make it either so that the enemies healed after each turn or something, or if you knocked them down, you had a certain amount of time to kill everybody before they got back up. That would have been cool. You could have added a sort of puzzle element to normal battles for that one dungeon alone. And they didn't even do it for Miang's fight at the end. Like, you fought her, and then she's like, oh yeah, you can't kill me because I'll just get back up. And then the character's like, oh no, what are we going to do? And, ah. So, yes, I do have my issues with the game. I do. The biggest one is they have to let you know when you're going to get into multiple fights. Because you're going to end up in a situation like I was when I first played. I got soft locked because I couldn't beat a boss and I had saved prior to the boss. And it goes from the save point to the boss. And you can't go anywhere else. So, yeah, they have to let you know when you're going to get into multiple fights. It doesn't even have to be, like, that fancy. Or make skippable scenes, yeah. But it doesn't have to be that fancy. They could have it so that what's one way they could have done it? Like, they could have had it so that a character says, we're going to be doing fight after fight after fight, so be prepared. And then that lets the player know, oh, yeah, okay, cool. Or they could have done it. I know autosaves are not a thing in this era, but nowadays, if they remake it, they could have an autosave where, like, it, like, I guess they did kind of have autosave, sort of. Because, like, if you fought an enemy and lost, and you got a game over, the game could ask you, okay, where do you want to reload? Do you want to reload as previous save file, or do you want to retry the fight again? They could have done that. It's like, do you want to, or do you want to reload back before the whole thing? There were several ways they could have fixed that issue. Yeah, because there are games that did do that. Where it's like you lost, and it's like, where do you want to respawn, so to speak? One of the things is, I like the music a lot, but I think the reason for that is because a lot of the music reminded me of other games. There were times where the music reminded me of Final Fantasy VII. There were times where the music reminded me of Chrono Trigger. Let's just face it, Square did, and still does, do good music. So there's nothing to really say about the music. I am glad that they have they had a final boss music for the final boss, and then even another battle music for, like, the, I guess, actual final boss where Faye was fighting on his own. Those were two different musics. And it had a regular battle music and a boss battle music. Unlike the next game, Xenosaga Episode 1, where there are only two battle musics in the entire game. A battle music that plays when you're fighting enemies and fighting bosses, and the final battle. That's it. That is the only battle music in Xenosaga Episode 1. Episode 2 and 3 fixed this, but, 2 had its own problems. And 3 combines the best of all 3 of them. But we'll get to those games. Overall, I am glad that I actually came back and beat Xenogears for once. And honestly, I wouldn't even be able to tell you what my favorite character is in Xenogears. And that's not a detriment to it. Like, me sitting there going, oh my god, what character do I want to bring in my party is a good thing. That means they've made good characters. Except for Chu. I don't know. I wouldn't have brought Chu at all, which I didn't. I didn't touch Chu at all. Except for when I was trying, the final battle stuff, but it was still really great. Each character did bring their own uniqueness to the story, depending on whichever one you brought. And each of them did have slightly different tactics to them. Whereas you would either have, like, Citan or Esmeralda, who's faster, so you'd be able to get into attacks more, or, Billy, who heals. Stuff like that. But each character was interesting. Each character was fun to use, even though I focused more on certain characters than others, and ultimately went with the team of Faye, Citan, and Ellie, because Faye you had to for most of the game. Citan is fast and he could wreck house and heal, and Ellie, once equipped, was a murder machine. Speaking of Ellie, I don't want to ramble on too much, but I'm sorry. I probably will. I don't like what they did with Ellie. Don't get me wrong, I like Ellie as a character, and I love the back and forth between her and Faye, and her emotional problems. Like I liked Ellie as a character. But to ultimately rip her from your party at the very end of the game, that was dumb. I did not like that. It's okay to remove a character from a party permanently, but don't do it at the end of the game. Because at the end of the game, you already have an idea of what party you want and like who you want to bring with you. And then all of a sudden, they're just like, nah, guess what? You can't have this character. And you're just like, okay, cool. Now my party's thrown out of whack. Especially me, since I was using Ellie every chance I could get. Because I know other games have done this, where they permanently removed a character, either because they died, or they just, oh, I'm just gonna, I'm done adventuring, or whatever. But I've never seen a game that took a character from you at the very end. I've seen a game where they've temporarily taken a character from the very end. Blue Dragon did that. Blue Dragon, you had all 5 characters. One came out of your party temporarily, and then before you fought the final boss, they came back. Okay, cool. That's the way to do it. But, like, this one, they're just like, yeah, you like Ellie, don't you? Yeah, okay, she's gone now. Can't have her anymore. Even Chrono Trigger didn't do that. Chrono Trigger, they kill off a character, and they're just like, yeah, you can go get him back if you want. You don't have to, but you can. And he'll be back in the party. I don't know. I just felt like Ellie's departure from the party was too late in the game. Had they done it like near the end of disc 1, I would have been okay. That would have been fine. But like the fact that I could still use her throughout disc 2, and then finally like she was removed, I didn't like that. Like the moment, what was it? I think it was like the moment before Deuce appeared. That's when they finally took her away. I wasn't impressed. Wasn't impressed. That was too late. Although again, the final boss was amazing. Like, again, every boss had a puzzle aspect to it. And this time the puzzle was not just in combat. It was sort of like the puzzle was technically out of combat, but it helped you in combat. So it's just like, yeah, here's the final boss. You can fight him if you want. But you've got these orbs that you can deal with. Deal with them however you wish. Yeah, go for it. You can keep them alive and take the full brunt of the boss, or kill 1 or 2, and, the boss is half health, or leave 1 alive, like I did. No, I like the fact that the puzzle of the boss was more to do with, like, what you did outside of the final boss fight, rather than what you did inside the final boss fight. That was cool. Will say that was amazing. Now, I know yesterday, a lot of people were hyping up the final boss music for this game. It's good. But it's not, it didn't jive with me at all. Like, there were moments on there when I was fighting the boss, and I'm like, yeah, but no. there are some games where I fight a final boss and listen to the music, and then after I beat the boss, I go back onto YouTube or whatever and go look and listen to that final boss music. This is not one of those. I have no intention of hearing that song again. If I heard it again, I'd be like, oh, cool, yeah, final boss music of Xenogears, sure. But, no, I have no intentions of listening to that song again. It did not jive with me. I think that's it for Xenogears. Is there anything else that I missed that I wanted to talk about? Because there's been a lot of stuff I've been bottling up inside because I wanted to save for this moment. What time are we at? Oh, 7:19. Yeah, this would be a good stopping point because then I can make sure that I get Xenosaga set up properly. That's right. Now that Xenogears is done, we can move on to probably my favorite game of the series, Xenosaga Episode 1. Now, the reason I say it's my favorite is mainly because that's one that introduced me to the Xenosaga as a whole and sent me down this rabbit hole. Because, of course, I bought Xenosaga, literally, like, bought a copy of Xenosaga Episode 1. I think I bought this in the States. I had no idea what this game was about. It was my one trip to the States. And I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna buy this. I was like, it looks like a turn-based RPG. I love turn-based RPGs. I'm gonna buy it. And, oh boy. This is one of those RPGs that, like, affected my life. So it's gonna be fun to relive it and check it again. Just like, because the moment I put it in, I was super excited, and it has been a game that I've replayed multiple times. Especially when I was just like, you know what? I want to play the Xenosaga series again. So I start with Xenosaga Episode 1, then go Xenosaga Episode 2, then, go Xenosaga Episode 3. Here's my problem, though. I only own 1 and 3. I don't own 2. I borrowed 2 from a friend. Ooh, I still have the manual in 3. Are they in French and English? You bet. One of them's in English, and one of them is in French. But now that I've played and beaten Xenogears, it's going to be fun to go back through Xenosaga. And, yeah, it's going to be fun to go back through Xenosaga and, like, see the connections. And see the differences. And I'll probably see it in a whole new light. Do I have a manual for this one? Still do. How come I kept all my manuals for? What? Just Xenosaga Episode 2. Coming 2005. I was super excited for that because I knew there was an Episode 2. But, the character designs were so different. Oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great to go back with Xenosaga. Oh, already we've got... I knew some things were the same. Just listen to this. Listen to this. This is the story in the Xenosaga book. how the first cinematic, the style is realistic, and the second one is anime-like. Really? I know they changed. They did a lot of different. Like they tried a lot of different things when it came to the cinematics. But no. Let me read the story here from the booklet from Xenosaga Episode 1. Thousands of years into the future, mankind has abandoned Earth and exists only in deep space. Having used their advanced technology to unlock the secrets of the universe, humanity hopes to do the same with the Zohar, a powerful and mysterious artifact reputedly existing since the dawn of time. But a hostile alien life form, the Gnosis, brutally attack at every turn. Why? Unbeknownst to mankind, the race to unlock the final mystery and to embrace an uncertain destiny has begun. I knew, I knew Zohar sounded familiar when they mentioned it. But I was just like, why does that sound familiar? It's like, why? Why does it sound familiar? Well, that's why. Because it was in Xenosaga. Xenoblade 2? It is. The Zohar is. The Zohar has changed its look slightly. Because in Xenogears, it was like a rectangle. In Xenoblade, it's... or not Xenoblade. In Xenosaga, it has its current look. Where it's more of a cross kind of thing. But the Zohar is actually on Pyra's armor, like on her chest. It's right there in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Or at least, you know, she's got something that looks like it on her. Oh, this is going to be great. I can't wait. Cinematic events. Much of Xenosaga Episode 1 story is revealed through cinematic events. Many of the events will be activated after talking to certain people, defeating specific enemies, or entering an area. You will not have control over your characters while an event is being played out. And on Mithra too? Yeah. Yeah, but I can't remember her name. Again, just like... That's why I'm doing this, because I don't know much about Xenoblade Chronicles. I've only played Xenoblade Chronicles X and like an hour of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So I figured, you know what? Instead of just starting with those games and going through, I wanted to finish Xenogears because I'd never done that, and then relive Xenosaga before going to Xenoblade. By the way, the back of the Xenosaga disc. An epic adventure delivering over 80 hours of gameplay. 40 of those are cutscenes. I'm pretty sure I remember 40 of those hours is cutscenes. So you know what? We're not going to be... In Xenogears or Xenosaga? Xenosaga. 80 hours of gameplay is what it says. Over 80 hours of gameplay. I clearly remember when I actually beat the game that I looked at the time, and it did come to like 78, 79 hours. 40 of those are cutscenes. No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, bring your popcorn. We be watching a movie. And then remember that we're playing a game. Another reason why I'm excited to play Xenosaga Episode 1 is because, you see, they had Xenogears, and in Xenogears, there was anime cutscenes. Cool, they looked good, the lip syncing was way off, whatever. That's what happened with old PS1 games. In Xenosaga Episode 2, they got rid of anime cutscenes in favor of, fully CG, oh, the graphics are the same as the game cutscenes. So to make up for it, Xenosaga Episode 1 has an anime. Yeah, there is an actual anime for Xenosaga Episode 1. I've watched it, naturally. It was the very first anime that I ever, downloaded off the internet and watched. Was Xenosaga Episode 1. I still have Xenosaga, the anime, saved on a hard drive somewhere. And the reason I bring up the anime of Xenosaga is because there are differences in the anime. I watched the whole thing from start to finish. There are some major differences. Like, is it a summary? No. It's 12 full episodes of the entire story of Xenosaga Episode 1. It's not a summary. It tells you the entire story of Xenosaga Episode 1 in 12 episodes. But there are things they changed that I'm just like, why did you change that? Like, there is... The best example is there is a dude who dies at the beginning of the game. He literally dies at the beginning of the game. In the anime, he survives, only to die in the same way 5 episodes later. And I'm just like, huh? I'm like, why? Why did they do that? Why did they want to keep that guy for as long as they did? I say he dies in the same way, but I think, in the game, he's just out. He's just out in himself in his pilot armor. But in the anime, he's in his, his mech, I guess. I don't want to say his gear, because it's not a gear. It's an eggs unit. Anything about the DS ports? I didn't even know they ported anything to the DS. Excuse me? Is it pronounced eggs? I think so. Quest mode, battle, cinematic events. Where's the eggs? It's not eggs as in EGGS or anything. It's eggs as in... Where is it? Dum-de-dum-dum-dum. AGWS. There's a game named Xenosaga 1 and 2. Let me see. New keyboard. Who did? Okay. 1 and 2 DS. The frick? I have not seen this at all. But it looks like it follows the same story. Who's this freaking Realian dude that I keep seeing in here? He's not a character that pops in. It makes sense that they would port it to the DS. Um, I don't know. Let me get more information on that. That is, see, this is news to me. I don't know what this nonsense is. Xenosaga 1 and 2 is a 2006 role-playing video game co-developed by Monolith Soft and Tom Create and published by Namco for the Nintendo DS, a spin-off of the Xenosaga trilogy and forming part of the Xeno Meta series. Xenosaga 1 and 2 retells the events of Xenosaga Episode 1 and Xenosaga Episode 2 while expanding on its characters and narrative. Okay, so it tells the same story. Xenosaga Episode 1 and 2, Monolith Soft's first portable game, began development in 2005 following the completion of Xenosaga the Animation, which is the anime. Because back then, it got... Hey, people like it. I don't know why the artwork for Xenosaga the Animation kind of makes it seem that, like, Cosmos and Shion are in love, but they're not. Like, they're not. Shion's relationship with Cosmos is complicated. Even Shion herself is just like, I don't know. There are times when she acts like a sister to Cosmos, and other times where she's like, shut up, I'm your mother. But I see why they would do that. Everybody loves Cosmos. Like, anytime Cosmos appears in another game, everybody's just like, oh, Cosmos! I'm sorry to say, Cosmos is not my favorite character in Xenosaga. I'm sorry. There is only one character in Xenosaga Episode 1 that should matter. Only one. No other one. Just Momo. Only Momo. She is the one that matters. And I guess Chaos as well, because he was cool. Faye. Faye is the only one. Oh no, there is some, like, definitely some connections. Like, remember, Saiton, his name was Dr. Saiton Uzuki. Literally, the main character of this game is Shion Uzuki. And when you meet her brother, he's wearing, like, I think he's wearing the same outfit as Saiton. And they wear glasses, yeah. And they're both super smart. I don't know. I have, like... I have a soft spot for the characters in Xenosaga. I do. That's why I'll always say 100%. Anyone can fight me on it, but I will definitely say 100%. Junior is better than Billy. I'm sorry you had to hear this from me. Junior is better than Billy. Alright. Don't know who Junior is. You will know who Junior is. Oh, you will know. Junior is basically Xenosaga's Billy. The only difference between Junior and Billy is Billy uses an ether gun and a shotgun on top of his pistols. Junior just uses 2 pistols. But I like Junior better than Billy. Either way, that is going to be it for me today. I beat Xenogears. Thank you, everyone who had joined me on this wonderful journey. This was a wonderful journey, and it took forever, but it was still fun nonetheless. I am sad, kind of sad it's over. Kind of sad that I've beaten it. When was the first episode? When did I post that first episode? That was 2 months ago. And yes, Xenosaga will take forever as well. Because 40 hours of cutscenes. And plus, I want to get some of the side stuff. Specifically for Momo. Momo's going in my party. Hands down. No, there are some things I want to get, like, because Momo does get some side extra stuff. I've mentioned this before, but Xenogears had Power Rangers. That was the reference with the gears combining together. That was Power Rangers. Xenosaga has Magical Girl. And I do love me some transformation sequences. But we'll definitely get to that. I'm going to go get some dinner. You all have a wonderful rest of your day or night. And tomorrow being what? What will it be in Xenoblade? Yeah, that is a good question. What will it be in Xenoblade? What will it be in Xenoblade? Tomorrow being Thursday? I really want to play Xenosaga, so you know what? I'll probably be starting Xenosaga. Probably. I have tomorrow off, so I could probably do a long stream tomorrow. That's if I'm okay and start streaming at like 12 noon. and go straight to 8 because cutscenes. That first bit, it's going to be a lot of cutscenes and then a lot of grinding because I got to get some text going. Oh, it's going to be fun. So I'm going to head off. Again, all have a wonderful day. 12 noon Canada. Yep. So right now it's 7:43, going for 8 o'clock. According to my clock, I am on 5-hour difference. There you go. There's my... It's always hard for me to find my time zone. I'm at Atlantic time for Canada. Yeah. Atlantic time for Canada. So yeah, 7:44, going for 8 p.m. GMT4. Yeah, well. Either way, I'll probably be starting around noon. My time. If I can get it working, that is. Because, again, I don't know. I'm okay with using a ROM and emulator if I have to. Because I own the game. Xenogears, I own technically on my PS3. Because that's where I download. I bought it from the PlayStation Store and downloaded it on my PS3. But I just can't stream from my PS3. So I think it's going to be the same with Xenosaga. But we'll see. Because I don't know if I have a PlayStation 2 emulator on my computer. I'll have to find one. So I'm going to go do that. After I eat. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm going to go before I continue talking. Bye!